Authentic people, 7 core traits they have in common. Yesterday, we looked at 7 traits of authentic politics and 7 traits of inauthentic politics from an article by Stephen Joseph. Actually, we took his article and applied it to politics. But as promised, today we're going to look at what you can do to tweak your own personal authenticity. After all, personal authenticity is the foundation of political authenticity and thus of political cooperation, like we practice in the 5%. Dialogue, respect, and problem solving. Excuse me. Author Shira, in Authentic People, 7 Core Traits They Have in Common, helps us look at personal authenticity and some things we can do to strengthen our own authenticity. Shira says, most of us tend to feel comfortable and safe around authentic people. There is no hidden agenda behind their actions, and this is why we tend to trust them. Usually, they're the ones who stick around, and even when they don't even need anything from you, they're the ones who whisper you have something on your face and help you clean it off. And they're the ones who have the guts to tell you your best friend is talking behind your back. You know they'd never use you, and you know they'd never lie to you because they don't even lie to themselves. They're genuine, and their intentions are pure at heart. Contrary to what many people believe, authenticity is not an innate trait. It's not something you were born with. It can be developed, though, by virtually everyone. What follows are going to be 7 traits genuine people have in common that you can easily learn to get in touch with, and thus get in touch with your own most authentic self. And you can use them to help you build meaningful relationships. First, authentic people don't seek external validation. Most of us are concerned with what others think of us, our actions, our behaviors. As such, we manipulate or disguise our personal traits to seek approval or to avoid disapproval. This masks our true and authentic self. Authentic people don't look to others for approval. They don't surrender to the social pressures of what they should or shouldn't do. The validation they derive from themselves is sufficient for their mental well-being. Authentic people are who they are. They know that some people will like them and some won't, and they're okay with that. So how to apply this in a nutshell? Most people focus on themselves, on how they look and how they're perceived. They don't have the time and energy to think much about you. So don't waste too much energy worrying about what others think of you, as most of the time, they're not actually thinking of you or about you. Yes, some people may care about your looks and the shoes you're wearing, but should you really care about their opinion? Now, number 2, authentic people tell you the truth even when it may hurt. Shira writes, years ago, Diana and I, who I considered my best friend, tried to pit Luana against another good friend of mine and me against each other. She told Luana I was talking behind her back and invented stories to destroy our friendship. Those things she said were clearly invented, yet they were credible. My friend Luana came to me and told me everything. She wanted to hear my side of the story too. I had proof that Diana told me similar things about Luana. So we decided to confront her. And in the end, after many years, our friendship with Diana came to an end. Unfortunately, most of us were not raised to be truth tellers. In fact, we were raised to be people pleasers. According to an article published in the Greater Good magazine, we were taught that white lies are totally okay. We were taught to pretend, perform, be nice, and avoid uncomfortable situations. Authentic people instead have learned to overcome the limiting belief that they must make others like them. As a consequence, they have also learned to give up people-pleasing habits, as they know that people-pleasing is one of the most common forms of self-betrayal. Authentic people have learned to always put honesty first in any kind of relationship, and they are the ones who always tell you the truth, no matter what, even when it's highly uncomfortable for them and for the person they are talking to. So again, how to apply this trait in a nutshell? Simple. Just be honest with yourself and with others. Make it a number one priority. Moving along to number 3, authentic people are emotionally agile. Authentic people have a healthy relationship with their emotions, and they have control over them. They know their triggers and work on them. If someone communicates aggressively, they always respond assertively. If someone pushes their buttons, they take the time to cool off. Most importantly, they have learned to always take the time to observe their own emotions, to accept them, and to work on them. This allows them to have control over their emotions and actions. This also is called emotional agility. It's the ability to manage your thoughts and feelings effectively. How to apply this in a nutshell? According to an article published in Harvard Business Review, to develop emotional agility, first of all, you have to recognize your patterns of behavior. Ask yourself how you react in certain situations and what emotions you feel in those situations. Once you recognize your emotional patterns, then label your thoughts, label your emotions, accept them, and make sure to act on your values, not on your emotions. Make sure to act on your values, not on your emotions. Authentic people apply kintsukuroi. Nice Japanese term there. I have a little trouble with it. I don't have much practice with Japanese. Kintsukuroi. Authentic people apply kintsukuroi to their life. The translation of the Japanese word kintsukuroi is to mend with gold. Kintsukuroi is the ancient Japanese art of repairing a broken pot using lacquer infused with powdered gold, which has the totally opposite effect of an invisible mint. Rather than trying to hide the fact that the pottery piece has been broken, the repair of the broken piece using gold produces a result that is more beautiful and stronger than the original unbroken item. Authentic people apply this concept to themselves and their life. They accept their true self and genuinely love it. They have developed the ability to forgive themselves for their past mistakes and failures and see themselves, or I should say, see their mistakes and failures as experiences, as events that made them grow. So, how to apply this in a nutshell? See yourself as a kintsugi pottery piece. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes and see them as life lessons. Accept your defects and see them as what makes you unique. Accept, embrace, and be your authentic self. See, it doesn't matter how many words or scars you have. It doesn't matter how many wounds or scars you have, how many mistakes you have made, how many tough experiences you've come through. Your golden repairs are what transform you. They are what ultimately creates a wiser and enhanced version of yourself, the best version of yourself. And now, number 5, authentic people are open to learning from their mistakes. As they forgive themselves for their past mistakes, authentic people also have the habit of learning from their mistakes. They're open to challenging their view on who they are. And they always see past setbacks and past failures as opportunities to learn and grow. Learning from your mistakes inevitably makes you a better person because it makes you grow in that area of your life. Adam Osborne said, "The most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. You can't learn anything from being perfect. The most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. You can't learn anything from being perfect." So once again, how to apply this in a nutshell? Well, it's fairly simple again. Always turn your mistakes into valuable life lessons. Think of the reasons why you don't want to make those mistakes again, because that will help you avoid repeating them. Most importantly, analyze each mistake and think of all the things you learned from it. Now I believe we are ready for trait number 6. Authentic people are emotionally independent. According to an article that was published in Psychology Today, emotional independence is a type of inner resilience that lets you know you can meet, solve, and be comfortable with any circumstance you face. To put it another way, emotionally independent people are able to regulate their emotions and still feel good about themselves, even under difficult circumstances. Also, they don't need to seek constant approval, attention, and validation from other people. Authentic people are emotionally independent because they have built their sense of self on their own, without depending on others to make them happy or tell them how they should be or what they should do. Again, how to apply this in a nutshell? Here's a suggestion. Rely only on yourself to be happy. Find your passion, your life purpose, and make it your top priority. This will help give you a life you love. And when you live the life you love, happiness comes from inside, and you won't seek it from others. Happiness comes from inside, and you won't seek it from others. 7th, and not the least, but maybe the hardest, authentic people laugh at themselves. Now, I realize personally that I don't laugh enough. And people have told me I take myself too seriously, and they're probably right. So here's a story again from Sarah. Years ago, Sarah was working in a small customer service department. Her boss was always playfully making fun in a respectful way of one of her colleagues, Katya. Katya was a bit clumsy. Every time the boss said something about Katya, she would laugh herself to tears rather than take it personally and let it undermine or upset her. Guess what? She was one of the most respected people on the team. Authentic people accept themselves for who they are, and as a result, they don't take themselves too seriously, and they're not afraid to laugh at themselves. For example, Sarah's colleague Katya seemed to love the fact she was clumsy. She embraced that part of herself, and that exuded confidence. Jennifer Hoffman, a researcher at the University of Zurich, who studies laughter and emotional expression, says, laughing at yourself is one of the hardest humor skills. So true. Laughing at yourself is not easy, and most people take themselves too seriously. However, it's something anyone can learn through practice. Also, the ability to laugh at your mistakes and yourself can actually benefit your mental health, as it makes you more resilient against negative events and helps you to develop the ability to face adversity with a smile. And authentic people know it. How to apply this in a nutshell? Be less self-conscious. Laugh at your mistakes. Laugh when you fall, and laugh when you stutter. And don't feel so embarrassed when you spill your drink on yourself. These things happen to everyone. When you let go of what others may think of you, you automatically become more confident. Did you hear that? When you let go of what others may think of you, you automatically become more confident. Authenticity is the art of being true to yourself. Things like embracing your faults, developing emotional agility, being emotionally independent, and laughing at yourself can definitely help you find and express your most authentic self. Ultimately, personal authenticity can not only help you live a happier and more fulfilling life, it can also help you become confident within your own personal political authenticity. And that is one of the key goals of the 5% Project. The art of being true to yourself.